Welcome back to the Vegan Kitchen, and this week something, well, a bit of a sweet treat really. We're going to be making some peanut butter and jam flapjacks. Super unhealthy, but delicious. All you're going to need is some plant-based butter, some sugar, some golden syrup, some jam, peanut butter or almond nut butter will do, and some porridge oats. That's it. It's going to take a few minutes to prep, 50 minutes in the oven. So let's get going. To a pan, we need to add 100 grams of plant-based butter, so much butter, 100, spot on. And then we're going to add 100 grams of brown sugar, excellent. A little bit of syrup, golden syrup, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons depending on how soft you want them to be. There we go. And we're going to melt this down, and then we're going to add in our peanut butter and jam. So we're going to jump over the hob and then just reduce this. So we're just going to put the hob onto a low heat, and we're just going to melt the butter and sugar together with the syrup. So after just 1 or 2 minutes, you can see it's nearly reduced all the way down. Put that bit in there. So we are going to add some of our peanut butter. So I've got some crunchy peanut butter. Wow. I put quite a bit in actually because I made quite a lot of these. And then we're going to add in half of our jam as well. It's really up to you how much you put in, how sweet you want it. One thing to note is the amount of jam you put in and the amount of peanut butter you put in is how much extra of oats you're going to need. So if you've got an extra 20 grams of peanut butter and 20 grams of jam, you're going to need to put in an extra 40 grams of oats at the end. So we're just going to reduce this down, mix this in until it's all melted, and then we're ready to add the oats. So you can see our peanut butter and jam has melted really nicely into the butter and sugar. So we're going to add in our oats. So because we put in 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of sugar, we need to add 200 grams of rolled oats. And we're just going to pop that in there first, and then mix that in. And you'll find, because there's jam and peanut butter in there, I'm going to add a little bit more oats. So you can see this is the normal consistency for, this will be the normal amount of oats for this much sugar and butter, but it's going to be a little bit more sticky than usual because of the jam. So we're going to just pop in a little bit of extra porridge oats to soak up the extra moisture there. Let's give it a good mix. There we go, that's perfect. It's much thicker now. You can see it's sticking together quite nicely. So we're going to pop back to the counter and dish these up. So with our mixture ready, we've just got a silicone muffin dish. I've lightly greased it with some of the plant-based butter, and we're going to pop some of the mix into each of the trays. To add a little bit more jam to these, because what happens is the jam really does melt through the mixture, and sometimes you can't really notice it unless you've got jam with quite a few big chunks of fruit in it. So we're going to line the bottom of each each muffin tin. Then we're going to add a little bit of jam, and then we're going to top it off so the jam is much more noticeable. So bear with me while I just finish lining these trays. Now we've got our bottom layer done, I'm just going to add a very small chop of jam to the middle of each one. And then we're just going to put the top on, and then we're ready to go in the oven. So that's all our muffin trays filled with our peanut butter and jam flapjacks. They're ready to go in the oven. So we're going to preheat our oven to about 160 degrees Celsius for a fan oven, and they're going to go in there for about 15 minutes. Do keep an eye on them. Some ovens will cook them a bit quicker, so if you start to see them brown on the top, they're ready to come out. So pop these in the oven and we'll see you in about 15 minutes. So here we have them fresh out of the oven. They're still really hot and super squishy, so you need to give them time to cool down before you eat them. For me personally, I really like these left for a couple of days and they get really squidgy and soft. But you can have them at any point, maybe after an hour after they've just softened up. This is what they look like, fresh out of the oven. You can't really see the jam. Maybe in a couple of them you just can, but it's in there and you can taste it. It's delicious with that peanut butter. They taste so good. They really won't last very long. Everyone loves these. Do try them at home. Thank you so much for watching this week, and we'll see you next week for another tasty recipe from the Love Vegan Kitchen. So here we have, oh, so tired.
Okay.
So here we, oh my God. Wake up.